Do you know why you're doing what you're doing? Think about that. We get up every day, we go and about our day to do what we usually do. But do you remember why you do that? That's something we really, really need to keep in mind because this is what will keep our energy going. That will also help us maintain the drive we need to achieve the next step. So here we're looking at here the momentum action number 7 from the book Momentum by Evan Carmichael. I'm sharing with you my insight on the ideas from reading the book here. My name is Alain Faber. I've been following Evan for several years now, and I love this book, and I thought I would share with you. First of all, as uh, as for me, recognizing that he does amazing work, and second, it will help you having different perspective on what momentum is. So here, as I read the book, I always write notes. So here's an example. I have a page here. I always write notes, and the idea for that, it keeps me grounded in my reading. So here, momentum action 7 is going like this. Remember your intention. So here what is interesting. So I have some note here, and that note may be from what I read here, and it goes like this: to help people to help people, you need to transform their lives let's see, to help people transform their lives so that you can support your family. So when you want to help other people, the idea is not just to say, well, I want to do great things, I want to serve them. The idea is you want to bring value to their lives, and then you want to bring value so that you can transform their lives to be doing more, to be better, and then themselves become driven and energized to help others. And that's how we can exponentially make our lives and the lives of other better. So one of his key saying here, so here it's on page 78, it goes like this: remember your intentions. And here are some thoughts I have here. So I mentioned here that first of all, I'm a high school teacher, and I have here that as a teacher, I build courses and I guide students in their learning of knowledge. But for that, I need to make sure that I can build their confidence in themselves to learn. But on top of that, I need to make sure that they feel transformed from what they learn so that they can become better people at the current time, but also have a vision why that is important. And that's also the biggest difficulties because we can learn so many things. We can gather knowledge, but if we don't act with that knowledge to make things better, if we don't use the knowledge we learn, then the purpose of that knowledge is not as important as we think it is. And the main reason here is that I'm here to help people learn. But the reason I do that is I want people to help other people with what they've learned and then themselves learn and grow as a person. That's the main reason why I'm a teacher. And I know that all of us love to share what we know, wanting to make people around us better. So here I have, why is this important to me? So let's see. I have here that if I don't do it, who will? First of all, that's a good question. I don't think I'm the best teacher in the world. On the other hand, I do believe that I bring my perspective, my authenticity in what I teach and how I teach to make people comfortable with what I do. Does it work for everybody? Not necessarily, because there's all kind of reasons why some students may not want a topic. They may not want to know a topic, or there's all kind of reasons in their lives that prevents them from appreciating the learning. The next one here is I want to become a contributor beyond the classroom. So I love to be a contributor in school. I love to be a contributor for my students. And guess what? When they present presentations to me, or when they create something to show me, when they outline lab reports in their science labs, I learn from them. So they are contributors in my life. And the whole idea is together we could say, co contributor of what we do best. And the reason why beyond the classroom is that when we think of a classroom, we think of four walls in which we learn topics. But if you really want to apply what you learn, often you have to get out of the classroom. If you think of engineering, if you think of the environment, if you think of public relations, if you think of building relationships and network, that can happen in a classroom. But beyond the classroom, it's something amazing too. And that's part of my journey here. And the third one here is that I want to find ways so that I can be energized with what I do. And here, if you remember, the main topic today is the following: remember your intentions. And it's important for me because I need to remind myself why my intention of being the best teacher I can be is important. And I need to keep that at the forefront of what I do every day. I mentioned here that my intention, or when you have your intention to move forward, your intention is to teach, to serve, and to help. At the bottom line, that's basically all I can do because I love learning and teaching. But at the same way, learning and teaching, if there's nobody that may benefit from what I teach, then I have to see, is it what I can do best? And ideally is to serve. Learning a language allows us to find opportunities in traveling, in networking, and at work. We can also help more people, and that's quite amazing. Um, Here I mentioned that you cannot be judged if it is your path. And that's something I realized this year. Too often, people they say, "Oh, I've learned something, I grew, and I want to share that with others." On the other hand, some people sometimes may need to build the confidence. They may feel like an imposter in sharing with others what they know. But you have to keep in mind that you and your life and your experiences are making who you are as a person. And your experiences allowed you to learn. So when you bring forward the idea of teaching to others, when you are bringing the idea that you are there to help others or help them in their journey of transformation, all you can do is share to others what worked for you. And that is the key part here to build confidence. Because if you share with others what worked for you cannot be an imposter because you have experiences that worked for you and you hope that these will help others. So the only way that we end up with this situation is that we are authentic in who we are. There's no reason why a feeling of imposter would be there because it is your journey, your discovery. People will feel uplifted and they will be able to feel that they have more courage learning from your journey. And from then, they will go their own way. They may follow what you do or don't. They may adapt what you've showed them. And at the end of the day, you have helped somebody. Somebody is helped and they will be able to help others. This is the main reason why keeping your why in mind is important. And that's your vision. And being your vision, it will help you stay energized towards your end result. Here I have the idea that you need to ask for help so that you can help more people. This is something where when you are taking care of a group of people, uh, asking for help will help you be able to do more. For example, if you need help for editing a video, if you need help to network with some people, if you need help to finish a project, by asking for help, it will allow you to do the project faster, but also be able to learn at the same time. Now, if you have your own company, asking for help could also mean getting an assistant, getting an employee or two to help you. That is true that you will pay them, but you need to open your mind to the fact that asking for help is the fact that you need help with completing some work, having an assistant doing things for you. They can do it faster than you so that you can focus on what you really want to do with their help. And when you ask for help, it is, and sometimes people say, well, I don't feel comfortable with asking help and so on and so forth. Then you can hire someone for a couple of hours a week just to help you do a few things so that it frees up time for you. And here I have here to remember my intention. One of my word is to learn, and the other one is to explore. And learning is something very important for me because I get energy from it, and I love to teach others so that they can learn. But one of the difficulty I have is sometimes I feel that I'm addicted to learning. And the reason why I say that is that sometimes I just love to learn for the sake of learning, but I don't always take action from what I've learned, or I don't bring forward the execution of ideas from what I've learned. And that's something I'm working very, very hard on. And that's why I working with this book, Momentum, to give me ideas to be a better person so that I can help more people. So here we ending the second part of this book here called Momentum by Evan Carmichael. So section one was the 7 mindset shift of momentum. We just finished the 7 actions of momentum. I'd like to remind you what they are. Action one was the 2% difference. So starting, not wanting to do 100% to change the world, but just wanting to do a little bit at a time, you 2%. Action two, the 595 rules. That means that you plan for 5% of what you have to do, and then you start taking action. And then you build the plan as you go along. Taking action will build confidence, courage, and also build the momentum to get going. Number 3 is expect to struggle at the start. I changed the word here for reasons. And the idea here is we're never good when we start at something. But the more we take action, the more we do them, the better we get. Number 4, commit to someone immediately. So that means that you can do it alone, but if you have an accountability buddy, you'll see that you'll be able to exchange ideas. It could be a community. Evan Carmichael has his movement makers to help each other, but also help him in many ways. Number 5 is elevate your environment. And he mentions that music is working nicely, but at the opposite, having some meditation time in the morning or during the day is amazing. Momentum action 6 is the fastest way to change your state of mind is through music. There you go. Oh, so that means that elevating your environment is surrounding yourself with people that will help you grow, challenge who you are, your ideas, so that you can go outside of your comfort zone to do great things. And today, momentum action 7, remembering your intention, remembering your why, so that you can stay energized, stay driven to go to the next level. On this, I'm going to put here 2 links, a link of my milestone journey. So it's a series of videos on my journey towards going to the next level in my teaching journey. And for on this side here, for the other video will be a video on, let's see the one from before, how to, let's see, it will be elevating your environment. You'll see it's exciting. I'll see you in the next videos.